WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Tommy Lopez. People have been throwing trash away in places they're not supposed to, even with signs like this all over the place. People with the city of Columbus are telling us that illegal dumping is a common problem. WCBI found out about one specific area that needs some cleaning. Our Quentin Smith is joining us now with that story.
Tommy, we told the Public Works Department about a pile of used and broken car parts under the Luxor-Palala Bridge. Public Works Director Casey Bush tells me this type of illegal activity hurts the city's image, which is why he and his staff immediately cleaned up the big pile of auto parts as soon as we told him about it.
Fenders, a hubcap, and a tire are just a few of the many car parts that were illegally dumped under the Luxor-Palala Bridge.
We have a lot of illegal dumping. People will find something, a little trash in it, and that's what they do. It accumulates. Somebody will throw their trash there, and then next you know you will have a pile like we have here.
Public Works Director Casey Bush says he knows how distasteful it can be for people to walk by and see trash piling up.
It does, and that's one of the reasons I think it's been reported. This got reported because it was an eyesore. We have a lot of bike riders that come through here, and they see stuff like this. It is an eyesore, and it doesn't make our city look good.
Which is why Bush urges people to report this type of activity whenever they see it. Within 30 minutes of WCBI reporting this issue to the Public Works Department, crews were immediately out on the scene cleaning up the site.
If we find out about it, we come in and try to take care of the situation. Sometimes we'll get it the day of, the same day that you call, and sometimes it get late in the evening, we might get a call, but we'll respond the next day.
Bush says it's important to keep the city looking clean and beautiful at all times. So for those thinking about dumping waste products or car parts under a bridge or side of the road, Bush has this to say.
Just call me. If you have something like this, just call me. I'd rather for you to call me and let me come pick it up there than for you to illegal dump up under the bridge.
Now, if anyone sees any piles of trash or illegal dumping taking place in the city, you're encouraged to report it to the Action Center or the Public Works Department. Tommy, back to you.
Some good options. Quentin, thank you. A Lowndes County man out of jail on a felony bond is back behind bars. It's after allegedly assaulting his mother. The Lowndes County Sheriff's Department arrested 20-year-old Corey Tyler McGee Wednesday. Deputies responded to a disturbance call. It was at a home on Wiley Road around 5 o'clock yesterday morning. When they got there, McGee and his wife were involved in an argument. His mom reportedly stepped in to break it up. That's when deputies say McGee turned around and kneed her in the face and broke her jaw. He's charged with domestic aggravated assaults. McGee was already out on a felony bond. Prentiss County deputies make a third arrest in a January kidnapping case. Jamie McArthur Willis of Boonville was taken into custody yesterday. Willis is accused of holding two people against their will on County Road 5471. It was back in mid-January. He now faces 2 charges of kidnapping. His bond is set at $100,000. 2 other men, Andy Ambrosio and Anthony Gene Floyd, they're also facing charges in connection with that case. Most local business owners have an open-door policy. Columbus police, though, are preparing merchants and other employers to react in case of an emergency. One scenario includes the best response in the case of an active shooter. This type of situation can obviously be tense. Experts say it's really good to stay calm, to follow instructions, to keep your hands where officers can see them when law enforcement comes in. They say avoid yelling and then to know that more help is on the way.
It makes it better when you have an idea of being exposed to something when you have to respond as opposed to not having no knowledge. So what we want to do is give people some basic knowledge, some basic information on what to do if they were involved in an active shooter situation.
Shelton says that it's important to plan for these situations and to think carefully. Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is in now for a look at the weather. Keith, still cool tonight, at least.
It's getting cool out there, 46 degrees here in Tupelo, winds from the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Other spots already down into the 30s. Check out Winona at 37, the Air Force Base in Columbus at 38, Louisville reporting 38 as well, but other spots still in mid 40s. So temperatures all over the place right now. Some of those low-lying spots a little bit cooler. As an average, we are down into the 30s tonight, but 45 in Columbus at 8 o'clock in the morning. Jackets needed, 64 by noon, around 70. Not a typo there, 70. Give or take tomorrow afternoon. Your full forecast for the weekend in just a few minutes.
Yeah, and it's going to stay warm, Keith. We're looking forward to that. Thank you. Leaders in Lee County addressed recent accomplishments and challenges ahead at a public event today. They called it the State of the County. Tupelo held a similar event 2 days ago. The Board of Supervisors spoke. They answered questions. This was at the Bancorp South Conference Center in Tupelo. There was a lot of talk about the need for a new jail.
If we find a site and can get a cost estimate, get the architects to pull in what we want and get that done, then we're going to hopefully, and my plan is to have it on a bond issue on the ballot next year for the congressional races. Let the people of Lee County decide if they're willing to pay more taxes to incarcerate prisoners.
It was the first time the board has held an event like this in Lee County. They're herding cattle in North Mississippi. They're not, but they are counting cattle. It's a cattle call for one North Mississippi county. It's part of a renewed effort to update information. Law enforcement officers want to know who to contact if livestock is on the loose, out and about. Our Allie Martin has more.
Ken Brown and his granddaughter Maddie Brooke feed their cows several times a week. And while Brown's property is fenced off, sometimes a cow or two will manage to get out.
If you got cattle, they're going to get out sooner or later, and both my places are right close to the road.
That's why Itawamba County Sheriff Chris Dickinson is asking residents to update the master livestock log.
You'd be surprised even in the city of Fulton, here in town, you'd be surprised the number of livestock that you would run across, in a town setting. There's a lot of animals out there.
Anyone who owns livestock is asked to let the Sheriff's Department know what they own, their location, and contact information. The sheriff says he has been on several calls for stray livestock.
I chased a pot-bellied pig off and on for 2 months down Highway 25. The pot-bellied pig was faster than me.
Brown says having his herd on the books has helped when it's time to round up some strays.
They always nice enough to call in for me, and I go get them up.
Sheriff Dickinson says there are other issues to consider.
Of course, we would encourage, cattle owners, livestock owners, to have insurance on their animals just in case they do get out, because it could become a liability. If their animal is struck.
The livestock log is updated periodically. In Fulton, I'm Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Allie, thank you very much. The sheriff does say that those logs can come in handy if cattle do get loose.
Chilly weather out there tonight. We're down into the 30s across the region. Some spots right now still in the 40s, but I think we're all cool down into the 30s. Warm stuff for tomorrow and the weekend. Details are next.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Lots of sunshine tomorrow morning in Pontotoc, 42 degrees. We'll need a jacket, but you can ditch the jacket by noon as you get ready for lunch. 61 in Pontotoc, 68. Our forecast high tomorrow afternoon. Crazy numbers as we close out this Friday. 69 in Aberdeen, 68 in Fulton, 68 in Tupelo, around 70 in Columbus and Starkville. Some of these numbers could be a little bit low. We'll see how it goes, but we're going to ballpark right around 70. It's a pretty good average here in Northeast Mississippi and even here in West Alabama as well. A lot of morning sunshine, a gradual increase in high clouds as we go throughout the course of the day. MSU baseball begins tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. As I just mentioned, right around 70, low 60s by 6 o'clock. Same time, same great time in Oxford, 4 o'clock for first pitch. It's looking pretty nice with temperatures in the 60s, a southwesterly breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's talk about the rain It's not going to rain here tomorrow, but it is really raining now in Southern California. All of this moisture coming on in, and you can see all the green counties right there, flash flood watches and all that stuff for several inches of rain that may fall over the next 24 to 48 hours in Los Angeles. Crazy stuff, but it has been a very wet winter out there in California, and that moisture goes all the way back out towards Hawaii. Wouldn't it be nice to be in Hawaii right now in Honolulu? But you know what? Our weather is pretty nice here. We don't really have to deal with any serious winter stuff at this point. So that's a system that could give us a little bit of rain by the middle of next week. In the near term, we're watching some unsettled stuff just off towards southwest there, and that will give us a chance for some showers on Saturday. Not so much on Friday. We're looking at some increasing high clouds, but Saturday, notice how we'll have a chance for a few showers. This could be overdone, but we are including a 30% chance for showers. By the afternoon, I think a lot of that will lift off, and then those clouds will go away as we get into your Sunday. Here's our 7-day, 70 on Friday, 66 with that 30% chance of rain Saturday, but back to 75 on Sunday, and then upper 70s to around 80 in some locations maybe on Monday, 75 Tuesday, another chance of rain, as I just mentioned there, Wednesday, and then still 75 on Thursday. So if you want winter, get on a plane, head to Alaska.
Should we be trying to take advantage of this if we like these warm temperatures?
You should.
Are we going to be seeing highs in the 50s again?
There's always that chance. We'll probably get some cooler weather at some point, but right now it looks pretty warm through next week.
So nice for any outdoor plans.
That's right.
This weekend and next week. Keith, thank you very much. Busy night tonight in sports. SEC, junior college, high school hoops, all going on. We'll have a recap coming up a little later on in sports tonight. Stay with us. To our Health Talk with Baptist segment. February is Heart Month. Tonight, Baptist is talking about treatment options for people wanting to quit tobacco use.
Hi, I'm Ryan Thorne, a surgical nurse practitioner in heart, lung, and vascular surgery at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Tonight, I want to discuss some treatment options for quitting smoking and the benefits of stopping tobacco use. There are many options for managing physical and situational cues to smoke, including prescription medications such as Chantix, which can help reduce cravings and withdrawal symptoms. Over-the-counter nicotine replacement therapies such as patches and gum can also help curb smoking urges and ease withdrawal symptoms. Emotional cues can be managed with the same prescription medications and nicotine replacement therapies. But there are also prescriptions that can help tobacco users who may struggle with depression and anxiety. Wellbutrin and bupropion help with the effect of nicotine-reducing urges, but also contribute to a happier mood. There are immediate and long-term health benefits of stopping tobacco use. In as few as 12 hours after quitting smoking, the carbon monoxide in your body decreases and the amount of oxygen returns to normal. After 48 hours, your nerve endings start to regrow and your ability to smell and taste improves. Nicotine is completely out of your body after 3 days. At 3 months, your circulation has improved. After 5 years of being tobacco-free, your risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer have almost decreased to half of that of a smoker and continue to drop yearly. Remember, you do not have to go through the quitting process alone. There are many support groups, smoking cessation classes, and churches that sponsor programs to help you. If you want more information on how to quit, you can call the Mississippi Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW or 1-800-784-8669. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle.
It's a wild night of hoops tonight. Mississippi State on upset alert against Georgia on the women's side. We'll have a recap coming up next in sports.
Here's WCDI Sports with Robbie Donahoe.
Hoops was coming out of our ears tonight. Basketball, shooty hoops, that is. College, JUCO, high school division tournaments, we've got it all tonight. We start with the third-ranked Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Vic Schaefer giving an earful to the official here. As MSU struggled mightily in this one against a Georgia team that packed in on defense with his own. Here, Mackenzie Ingram, that's the little sister of Evan Ingram with the 2. You see Georgia's up by 8. MSU would finally get a little thing going before the end of the half. Here's Victoria Vivians, her only 3 that she made the entire game. Bulldogs trailed by 2 at the half. Second half, the bench played a big role in the rally. Watch Jasmine Holmes with the steal off the inbounds with the basket +1. Georgia would be up 3 after 3. Fourth quarter, Katera Chapel playing a big-time game coming off the pine. This jumper would give MSU their first lead of the game since they led 2-0 in the first quarter. And then Morgan Williams brings the house down with this triple right here. MSU survives, winning 58-49. They set a program record with their 12th SEC win of the year. How about Matt Insel and the Rebels hosting Auburn? The story of this game was Chandrika Sessom, who was just doing everything for Ole Miss on offense. Here, though, Taylor Manuel gets the steal, the run-out pass to Sessom for the easy bucket. Ole Miss led by as many as 9 in the first half. Here, getting past the Auburn pressure. Look at this great pass from Bree Glover to Shelby Gibson for 2. We were tied at 26, though, at the half. Second half, back to Chandrika Sessom. It was her show tonight. She had a season-high 26 points. She had 6 triples, 4 of them coming in the third quarter and 3 coming in a span of about a minute. Ole Miss would hold off a late surge against Auburn, winning 63-59 over the Tigers. To junior college hoops from tonight, Bonner Arnold Coliseum, Northeast hosting ICC. We start with the ladies. The great rivalry matchup between the Tigers and the Indians. Shelby Wilbanks starting with the elbow jumper right there for 2. Then it would be Baldwin's Tamaya Stewart getting all the way to the rim. Some people would call that Matador defense. Olay letting her right through for the 2, but ICC would have the answer. Grace Elliott here in the corner. Watch this backdoor cut from Marley Hatcher. That's a high basketball IQ player right there. Wild finish. ICC would win an OT 70-66 over Northeast. To the fellas, ICC and Northeast going at it in first half. We had some high-flying finishes in this one. Watch Corns Kendall Stafford. Look at the English he puts on that ball for 2. Tigers have the lead. They would build on their lead. This guy, we've come to know him pretty well, but he did his work at Baldwin. Here's Connor McKay. Welcome back to the highlight with the 3 right there from the wing. ICC would keep it close, and this is your highlight of the night. Eric Brown with the steal. Watch Brian Hallam's with this windmill slam. Oh, my word, his head was up by the rim. Northeast, though, would get the win 75-61 over ICC, despite the Indians having the highlight of the night. To high school hoops division tournament action, we were at Vardaman. Holka and Vardaman going at it early on for the Lions. It's LaDerek Dispenza, pretty good on the football field, and the big man inside on the court gets the Lions up early. More from the Lions off the inbounds play here. Wante Bankhead, corner pocket triple. You bet. Hamilton extends the lead, but Holka would respond. One of my favorite names in all of high school basketball, Smooty Turner. How's your mood, Smooty? That one, he's feeling pretty good about himself. Gets the 3 right there. And Madarius Hobson, you can't have a Holka highlight without him, comes the other way with the steal and the reverse lay-in. Holka advanced the division title, winning 70-49. Moving on, we go to the final game of the evening on the boys' side. Vardaman and this is actually Smithville and Coffeyville, I'm sorry. The Pirates hoist the colors. These guys were going off from 3. Stantavius Spearman with the triple right there. And then off the miss here, Xavier Jones would have a 3 of his own. That's just a lucky bounce for the Pirates, but it goes for another 3. Smithville trailed 10-0 in the first quarter. Here, though, D. Moore, good on the football field, also good on the basketball court with the 3. Coffeyville would win those 73-42. All right, staying in Vardaman, great finish between Holka and Vardaman. Early on for Holka, Tynea Kelly. She's going to get the ball here. This one from way outside, and that's overnight banking hours in Calhoun County. She uses the glass there for 2. Well, no, this time, here comes Vardaman. Great passing off the press. Wooten down court to Renautica Armstrong for 2. This one got really crazy late, but Holka would get the win 38-30.